Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It is time for our 6-month review. Living in Albania, living overseas, retiring overseas. First, I'm going to talk about some of the cities that we have visited, and I know there's many that we haven't yet, but we'll get to it. But places that we visited and actually stayed a night or a couple nights to really check out the cities. One, of course, is Tirana, where I'm living right now. Then we also were at Pogradec, Durrës, Shkodra, Albania, Pogradec, Berat, Golem, Albania. We really can't stay there. It's really fear, one and the same. But I'm going to go over some of these cities, okay, for livability. What I look at is long-term living. You know, where I can retire, where do I see myself, where it's easy for me as I age, and so forth. Tirana, you can do just about anything you want in Tirana. There's always something going on at the square. Like we did the Fall Festival not too long ago. We've seen sporting events there, boxing, saw the Euro Cup watch party, which was fantastic. There's always concerts there. There's always something going on. You can really do well in Tirana. The only things I didn't like about Tirana, and I'm being really picky, but I can't just say all the accolades. Oh, the streets are made of gold. You know, I'm not going to do that to you. A lot of traffic. You know, so driving here, I wouldn't drive here. If you're new to the channel, I always tell people, if you ever get bored, take a taxi ride in Tirana. You'll get scared. You won't be asked to put on a seatbelt. You're going to do it yourself. You're going to actually ask the guy, you got a motorcycle helmet I can wear before we crash? You know. So, do I ever see myself driving in Tirana? No, not at all. Pogradec, beautiful museum there. Skanderbeg Museum is fantastic. We stayed inside the castle walls. They had some living quarters in there, and that was fun. The only thing with Pogradec, very small. It's beautiful. All these cities are a must-see, but do I see myself living there long-term? No. Durrës is very possible to live in long-term. There are many things to do there. It's a very large city. We loved it. A lot of people said, don't go to Durrës, and I did. I loved it. I think the only reason that someone wouldn't, if you just go to the port where there's just a lot of shipping and goods coming in, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you travel further down south, the beaches are gorgeous. It's really nice, and it's less cost of living than living in Tirana. The only other thing with Tirana, yes, it's very affordable. It's probably the most expensive city inside of Albania. The exception of probably Saranda. In the summer, they jack up the prices a little bit. Excuse me. Shkodra, April and I really fell in love with Shkodra. I mean, really fell in love with it. You can definitely want to stay there long term. The pedestrian streets, gorgeous, clean. The vibe there was fantastic. So that is definitely one of our favorites. Albania, we stayed in the Albania castle. Just absolutely stunningly gorgeous. The city, it's a good city. It's a good city. Would I stay there long term? Personal opinion, no. Nothing wrong with Albania. I'm not putting any city down. You could have a favorite, and I might not like it, and so forth. That's just what I'm referring to. And what else here? Pogradec. Absolutely fell in love with it. Besides being, by the beach, it's a lake, but it's one of the largest lakes in Europe, if not the largest and deepest. Being freshwater, you're not going to have all that corrosion, for one. Number two, another plus to it, you're right on top of North Macedonia and right on top of Greece. So its location is great if you want to pop in and out of other countries, which just by itself is fantastic. Fell in love with the city. The people were great, very chill. Definitely also, besides Shkodra, Pogradec's one of our favorites. Berat. Where's Berat? The historical sites there are fantastic. But to reach the hill where 1,000 windows is nicknamed, you got to be half Billy Goat. I mean, the hills are like this. Oh. But outside of that, the city is flat. So you can definitely stay there long term. Golem, we wanted to go there just because not too many people do go there. I haven't seen many videos of it. We very much enjoyed it. Very chill, especially in the off season, very chill. Would I go there long term? Again, a little small. If I wanted to be in that area, I would live in Durrës and visit Golem during the off season, just to, relax, sit by the water, read a book, write a book, Apollonian Fear. I loved Fear. And I've seen very few people even talk about fear. I'm going to tell you a true story about fear. This is the truth. Okay, I'm going to explain fear, what happened to me. Now, if someone says there's a horror story out there, I don't know what to tell you. So we're going to take a taxi from our hotel in Fear to Apollonia. So we asked the hotel if they could please call a cab for us, and they did. So we're sitting on a curb outside in front, right in front of a little store, on a street curb sitting there. And then the lady came out, the manager from the hotel, and goes, hey, the taxi cab's here, but it's out back. We thought it was going to come out front. So we get up and we go out back, okay? Here's the key. I left my phone on the street, right on the stump I was sitting on, my phone, and I didn't know it yet. So we get in the cab, we go all the way to Apollonia, get out of the cab, and the cab driver's so cool, he goes, you want me to wait for you right here? No extra charge. And I go, yes, thank you. So we go, we're exploring, and I reach for my phone because I want to take a few pictures besides filming, and I don't have my phone, and panic sets in. And I'm thinking, it's got to be in the cab. It's got to be in the cab. We do Apollonia, we come back to the cab, the phone is not in the cab. So the cab driver's trying to call my phone to see if somebody will pick up or we can hear it ring. Maybe it slid under the seat. No luck. But now the cabbie's got my phone. So we're driving back. I'm running everything through my head, the things I got to do. Oh, I can't believe I lost my phone. So if it's not in the cab, that means I'm starting to think it's on the curb. Because that's the last time I seen it. I always have it in my back pocket. And when I sit down, you don't want to crush the phone. So I put it right there in the curb. So we get back to the hotel, true story. I'm staring at the store. Walk in there, big burly guy, just looks mean as snot. And I go, excuse me, did anyone turn in a phone? And this big burly guy gets a big smile on his face and hands me my phone. I'm just, thank you, Farmer Derry. And I reached in my wallet to pull out some money as a tip, and he wouldn't take it. He wouldn't take it. Okay, I tried to tip the guy for, not stealing my phone or doing whatever. And he's pointing at the curb saying, you left it there. So I don't know if someone turned it in or did he himself grab it and just holding it. But that is my story of fear. That's really my story of Albania. We've had nothing but great things to say about it. So that was fear. So my favorites, that's a tough call. If we're looking long term, Scotia and Pogradec. For us, everybody's different. Now, I know some of you right now are probably screaming, what about Saranda? What about Geocache? What about Valora? We'll get there. I promise you, we'll get there. We just haven't been there yet. The only thing with Saranda, from what I understand, during the summer, it's just unbelievably packed with tourists. And that's really not my thing anymore. If I go there, probably be in the off season like now, or very early spring. That's just us. We're in our 60s now. When I was younger, I'd love that, but not right now. Also, every once in a while, we meet couples. A lot of times when people are coming out, I'll go sit and have coffee with them, but I really don't hang out. It's April. But we met this wonderful couple, Mark and Annette, and they are slow travelers. And what's interesting, like Dan and Chung, they're also slow travelers. And it seems like when we really get along with people, they're traveling through. It's like, but we really got along with Mark and Annette. And Mark has a vlog that I'm going to put down in the description bar. He's got a great blog, okay, and he writes really well. I want you guys to check that out. So we really had a great time with them. Dan and Chung, Dan from Vagabond Away, great guy. Chung, Hobo Ventures. We really get along with them, and boom, and they're gone. Don't get me wrong, we have some great friends here. Andrea and Jesse, single pet, expat single mom. Matter of fact, she's back in Ohio right now, visiting family, and she'll be back out soon. Chris Forte's been a great friend. Ronnie, a lot of people. If I miss your name, don't think about it. I love meeting all of you, but the reason I'm bringing up the friends is going to be hard to leave them. April and I are moving. We're moving out of Toronto. We're going to Pogradec. Okay, I'm still afraid to say the place I've been chasing. The keys are not in my hands yet, but it looks like it's a done deal. So in very early November, we're going to start moving to Pogradec. Let's say the deal falls through. We're still moving to Pogradec. We just fell in love with it, and we're going to be there. So we're going to be really busy, but we're really looking forward to that. Friends, we're going to miss. Also, my landlord. She has been so good to us. And let me tell you a story about my landlord. I mentioned her before. Sometimes she takes us out to dinner. Sometimes we take her out to dinner. So we're out to dinner once. And all my white meat, in other words, pork, chicken, I like salt. So I'm putting salt on my food. And she grabs the salt shaker out of my hands and goes, Patrick, too much salt, and puts it down. I'm a grown man. My wife doesn't take the salt shaker out of my hands. But she wasn't being rude. It's just, it was her way of caring, but I find culture like that funny. The wife and I still laugh about stuff like that. And when we found out for sure we're going to be moving, I didn't text her. I wanted to tell her in person. And she actually got teary-eyed because we've grown so close. Good woman, good person. Okay. Next thing I want to talk to you about, I'm going to try something. Okay. We're going to go live. I'm going to try live broadcast Saturday, 6 p.m. my time. That'll be 11 o'clock in the morning Central, 12 o'clock in the afternoon East Coast. On the West Coast, it'll be 9 o'clock in the morning. I've always wanted to try this. So I'm going to go live broadcast this Saturday. I have never done it before. My biggest fear of going live is nobody shows up. I end up just talking to myself. Nobody loves me. But look, let's say you show up, right? And all of a sudden I'm not there, and you think, well, Pat stood us up. No, because Pat's never gone live. What if I screw it up and I can't get it to work or something? Seems pretty easy, but you guys know how good I am at editing. I always thought I was computer literate till I got into this channel, and editing is way over my head. So Saturday is going to be the first time I go live. Now the reason I want to do that, so you guys can throw questions my way, and then I can read your questions and answer right to you. The only thing that I won't discuss, and there's a reason for it, let me explain. Visas and taxes. Why? On something so important. When I say visas, long-term visas, retirement visas, working visas, nomad visas, and taxes, are you going to pay taxes in Albania? The reason I won't talk about those things is because you shouldn't listen to a YouTuber on important stuff like that, okay? What I always tell people, go to a lawyer, not stateside here, one that knows the Albanian laws here. Do that. I've also gone to accountants to make sure, okay? The other thing too, you got to realize, once I do a video, or any video, not just me, it's out there be years. So let's say 4 years from now somebody watches this video and I said something about visas. Oh, Pat didn't tell the truth. Did the laws change? You know what I'm saying? So I will not discuss those things. I hope you guys understand. I don't blame you for asking. The only thing worse than listening to a YouTuber talk about taxes or visas is someone who comments on a YouTube channel what the laws are. Don't listen to them, okay? The last thing I want to say with the 6-month review, any regrets? Not a one. I'm telling you though, if you make this move, not just to Albania, it might be South America, South Pacific, Mexico, Panama, wherever you go, people will try to stop you. Misery loves company. Don't listen to them, okay? If anything, check it out first. See if you can make a visit, unless you've been traveling there already. Don't let no one stop you. Don't let anyone take your dreams away from you. I'm not saying you gotta leave, but if it is on your mind, you can do it. I know you can. If I did it, you can do it. Okay? Remember, I love you guys. 6 months review, living in Albania. It's been great. Been everything that I thought it would be and more. I'm very happy. We're going to be moving soon. Really excited. Going live this Saturday, guys. Okay? I hope you guys show up. Somebody. Okay. Talk to y'all later. Bye.